Hello.
Hello.
Well, this is it.
What?
It is finished. The battle is over. It is finished.
You just got a copyright strike.
There'll be no more show. How does it make you feel? Okay, guys.
I'm just here.
This is going to be our last live show. Now, I don't know if this is going to be my last live show forever. Very possibly could be. Or if it's just going to be my last live show for several months. Or what's going to happen. So, I had the AI tell me what to do with my life, so I'm going to listen to it.
So the AI is the reason. AI is at fault.
It's all the AI's fault. Okay, so here's what's going on. So as you guys know, we used to do live shows every single Wednesday. And for the last couple of years, I've been having to take long breaks in between. Taking a couple months off here, a couple months off there. And we've been, I have been rearranging some things to do things differently. And one of those things is my Super Easy Recipes channel has completely gone crazy bonkers. So, Amazing Grace says, listen to God, not AI. I thought AI was God. No, it's not, guys.
Blasphemy.
It is
Blasphemy.
not. Believe me, it is not. Although some people would think it was. So I've been kind of thinking about where I want to go with the channel, what I want to do. I actually have 3 recipe channels and living on a dime. And as I was dinking around trying to figure out what to do, I went and looked at my gluten-free, dairy-free channel. I was like, holy smokes, I haven't posted anything on there for 2 years because Super Easy Recipes started going crazy. And this Thanksgiving, my views just went absolutely crazy on that channel. I'm like, whoa, wait, there's a need for this. So what I'm going to do is I am not going to give up living on a dime at the moment. I'm just going to give up the lives. And what we're going to do is the 6 hours between Mike and I that we spend getting the show ready and doing the show, we're going to spend that doing other things. I am going to spend it doing things like more DIY, more furniture flips, how I go and buy brownie mix on clearance for 75% off on Christmas, and that's what I use. More debt-free living, thrift decor, back to basics, how to clean pans, how to clean your kitchen, how to clean your tea kettle, how to use things that I find at thrift stores in our house, and how living on a dime has made us millionaires. I mean, we are now. We live in a really, really nice house, and we're able to do this because of all these things that we do all the time, continually still. So that even when we have a major medical thing like we did last year, and we had to dump $60,000, we were able to pay cash for that. We didn't lose our home over it. We didn't ruin our credit over it. Because of the things that we do living on a dime, all the things that I sell in Marketplace brings in usually double of what I paid for it, almost always. I would say 90% of the time. So I'm going to be doing more videos like that, showing going to the yard sale, going to the thrift store, doing like my bedroom makeover that I been working on last week and have still been working on, showing my demon-possessed dresser that's in that bedroom at the moment that we need to sprinkle with holy water and pray over it and anoint it with oil. That dumb dresser. Oh my goodness. And
She should have left it the way it was because she reworked it 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. But then why did you redo it? Because it was a
I didn't,
color?
It was blue and I didn't want it blue. I wanted it black. But then what happened was the top, I stained the top wood and then I stained the drawers wood. Well, the top I stained 4 years ago. And when I went to stain the drawers, I picked the wrong stain color. So the drawers were a different color from the top. So then I had to strip the top. It was a big mess. And you'll see that video coming up. So some of the few videos that I'm going to be doing is why being cheap made me rich, my financial journey. I'm going to be talking about that. How to paint furniture like a pro so it doesn't look cheap. I visited the wealthiest neighborhood estate sales, garage sales. Here's what I found. So showing some of my garage sale stuff. Those are all the types of things that I'm going to be showing, because living on a dime isn't about wallowing in your poverty. Living on a dime is about taking what you have and making the most with what you have, so that when we were really, really poor, I still had a clean house. I still had curtains on the window that I made. We still had furniture that looked nice. We still had a nicely decorated house, even when we were making $20,000 a year with 2 kids. And so all of those things over time has led to building wealth by doing those things. All right, so I'm going to spend the 3 hours that I spend on the live show filming and taping and editing that video every week for you guys. So I'm not going away. I'm just rearranging what I'm doing. So you'll be able to still comment and all that kind of thing. Mike, do I say what you're going to be doing?
After everybody asked, and I was already thinking about it, I intend to start the Bible channel again. At the moment, I'm tentatively saying next Friday, or like a week from Friday. I was going to do it this Friday, but then we have a school event going on Friday night. So I'm not sure what time, but in the description, I have a link to the Christian ABC's YouTube channel. If you want to check it out, I'll share the link in the comments here too. If you go there and in order to get notices, you have to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do you do?
Hit the bell.
So if you go to YouTube, the YouTube link here, if you're interested in the Bible channel, you can go to the YouTube link I just pasted in, click subscribe and hit the bell. And then if for some reason, I think I'll be starting it a week from Friday, but if something happens and I can't do it on that time, or I'm not sure what time yet either, so I'll send a notice out to that channel. And we might put something on this channel just to kind of give everyone a heads up too.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to get away from, I'm still going to talk about my stockpile and how that saves me on groceries and that type of thing. But you know what? It's time to stop. The whole thing going around in 2020, the whole prepping thing, I know our channel was that, trying to help people, but I don't like doing all of the prepping stuff because, quite frankly, yeah, the world's falling apart, but you can only do what you can do for your family where you're at. There's absolutely nothing I can do except call my Wyoming senator about what's going on in Minneapolis, what's going on in Minnesota, what's going on in Washington. I can't do anything about that here in Wyoming. And so part of the problem with prepping things is people get so wound up into that. And you know what? You can just do what you can do with what you have. And so that's the kind of things that I am going to be talking about. All right, so we're going to take your comments and questions tonight. Mike's going to go ahead and send them to me. That is the big announcement. I am going to do cooking on Living on a Dime also, but I'm going to take those recipes and put the full recipes on my other recipe channels also. So I will start linking those in the Living on a Dime channel when I make them, so that you can see them, so that people can search them individually if they want to. All right. And I really do like talking to you guys and having the back and forth banter and all of that. I really do like it. But for the last 3 years, the live show just really hasn't been bringing in what we need it to bring in. So that's why I'm switching. Can you believe in 2 weeks, we will have been on YouTube for 19 years. January 30th, 2007
Wow.
Our first video, snow ice cream. So I actually do like, I really do like doing the live shows and chit-chatting back and forth with you guys. Maybe I should just start another channel that's just a podcast where I talk to you guys. Why not?
She keeps saying
I'm
that.
kidding.
Like, I'm going to share that. I actually put Mike's channel so people know the Christian ABCs, and I just shared in the comments again. I'll update that in the description so you can see. It's in the description also if you can't find it in the comments. So,
Okay. All right, here we go. Let us get to the comments. Kimberly, we're going to need to start an online coping group just to get over the fact there's not going to be more live shows. I'm sorry, Kimberly. And Tanya and Amazing Grace. I'm so sorry. I feel bad because I feel like you guys are our friends.
Well,
and we may just come in like maybe once a month or once every 2 months. But for at least a few months, I'm going to take all of that time that I would have been doing a live show to get the channel pivoted to what I want it to be. Okay. This channel has not been what I wanted it to be since at least 2015, at least. So I'm turning it to what I want it to be, and I'm going to be the one telling it where to go instead of it telling me where to go. Okay. I know we need to listen to analytics and all that stuff, but as creators, we have control of the content we put out. And sometimes we will take a dip for a few months to get the boat turned around. But I know I can get the boat turned around, and I'm going to. So, okay. Yes.
I was just going to say, for those who are interested in the Bible channel, and thank you for all the encouraging things that you're saying about that. I would probably do some uploads and some lives. The uploads will have probably a little more thought that goes into them ahead of time. I probably will ask you to submit questions ahead of time as well.
Go ahead and email them to us, editor@livingonadime.com.
So for lives, I would have some content to start it out. But for those, it would largely be answering questions that you ask. Although I was thinking like, I really like Mike Winger, and he has people submit questions ahead of time, which is pretty awesome. So that would be an opportunity to have some content to for sure start with. So anyway, I'm looking at doing a little of each.
Yep.
So.
Coming Mom Life says, I understand, but our family is sad. I'll try to catch the actual live and not a rerun. Thank you. Amanda says she loves us. Thank you. Yes, we love you guys too, and we really appreciate you guys always supporting us. Old Time Country Life, understand too, but it's sad. It's like losing a family member. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Susan, so sad to hear this. What does last chance mean? I think I explained that. If not, you can ask me again. Hopefully Tara and Mike will be doing another new show. Yes, so I'm just going to keep doing regular shows for the moment and putting the lives on hold. Let me see. Thank you. Oh, wow. Everybody's saying how much you're going to leave us. Brenda, are you burned out? Yes. But I've been burned out since 2005. And that's not an exaggeration at all. That's why I take, several month-long breaks. I think last year I only worked 6 months on the YouTube stuff because I was just at the point where I just cannot do this anymore.
She was having a pretty hard time.
I was having a complete meltdown because I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And it wasn't so much that I don't like doing the videos. It was figuring out what to do for videos, because our channel has just been so all over the place all these years that the algorithm really just has no idea what we're about. And so we were basically just spinning our wheels, doing nothing. I mean, feeling like we're not doing anything. doing videos, but they weren't getting very far because we were prepping, and then we were Social Security, and then we were living really super cheap, and then we were like single mom series and all of that. And so all that stuff just confused the algorithm. And so now we've had about a year where I've cut back a lot on living on a dime. So now the algorithm is kind of going back to neutral kind of for us. So I'm taking this opportunity to go in and make it what I want to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to film for Living on a Dime. And then the recipes, I'm going to break up between my gluten-free channel, my scratch cooking channel, and my super easy recipes channel. And so I'm going to break all of that up. And I'm still debating if I want to get rid of my scratch cooking channel. That's not the name of it, guys. I'm still debating if I want to get rid of that channel and just put everything on super easy. That I'm still kind of going back and forth. But actually, I sat with AI last night for 2 hours and with Gemini, and I was just going down. This is my problem. What should I do about this? This is my problem. What should I do? And it actually gave me some really good ideas because I was already thinking of doing these things. I'm like, why can't I film me getting 10 pounds of beef for Living on a Dime and then taking all those recipes and putting them on super easy recipes? Why can't I do that? Because all the gurus kept telling me, you can't do that. You can't do that. I'm like, why not? And last night it's like, well, film for this one thing and then go to the other channel and put it out there as the individual recipes for people to search. I'm like, hello, thank you. And what made me realize was on super easy recipes, I put my peanut butter ball Christmas candy recipe out by itself and it went viral. I think that one's got almost 1 million views. And I think, is that the one? I can't remember if it's that one or another one. But anyway, it got hundreds of thousands of views. And I realized, wait, I can do this. I do know what I'm talking about. So I'm not listening to nobody but me. And I'm doing it my way. What's the song?
I was going to say, are you going to sing
What's the song? I don't remember the song.
I don't think I want you singing.
Anyway.
I did it my way.
I did it my way. That's not it. But you know what I mean. So that's where I'm going with all of this. So was I burned out? Yes, but I've been burned out since 2005. And I'm not kidding. I remember sitting in the recliner, holding my screaming newborn that would not stop crying, thinking, I cannot do this 1 second longer. I'd already been trying to get the book to make money for 5 years. And I was like, I can't do this any longer. And from that point on, I have just been struggling for 20 years, literally for 20 years. So I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to keep doing this anymore. So I feel really good. I am giving myself a little bit of downtime to try and get going. So I'm going to do that first. All right. Batty girl Rachel says, yay, DIYs. There are lots of upsell channels that offer consulting on making it a business, but they seem to concentrate on sourcing and pricing and nothing on taxes, license, liability. Might that be worth a video? Yeah, it might be. Yeah, that would probably be something that would go along with that on how to make money reselling. And it's funny because there's me and a couple of resellers that every Tuesday and every Saturday morning we're standing in line. First one's waiting.
She has a little club that meets out there. In fact, when I went with her one day, there's an old lady that drives up and she's a little unusual and it was super icy. And Tara's like, let's go over there. We got to help her get in there. And it was so funny.
I help her out of her car every time it's icy and help clean her car off. The other day she was driving. Oh my goodness. She was driving like this big of a hole on her windshield to look at it. I'm like, let me scrape your car for you before you leave the thrift store. And So she's really nice. I was thinking about taking chairs and hot cocoa and coffee now. I take them all of my candy recipes. I make them and take them all there, and they just absolutely love it. So Amazing Grace, but this is the only way I have to talk to you guys. Yes, I am not saying at all that I'm never doing a live again, but I have to take a break and get things organized in my house and with my business so that it's not so much on me, because it's just been way too much for me to do everything. And so I have an editor now. She's doing a fantastic job. And so I'm hoping that that will help kind of calm things down a little bit. So anyway, yes, Bounty in the Badlands. I'm going to miss all of your smart advice because you're my in person with beef prices. So you're going to have to email me. I think you've emailed me before. You'll have to email me. And Froze family, thank you so much for all of your kind and uplifting comments on super easy recipes. Well, this channel too. You are my top commenter, and I appreciate it. Some of the things I get on there, I think we're both just shaking our heads, but yeah. And it's because I've brought in so many new people. So they don't know that I'm a relaxed cook. I'm not perfect. I'm just going to do it the way I want to do it. So she said it's chilly in Japan. It was 60 degrees here today? This is absolute. I can't believe, didn't say we set a record, but man, it's been really, really nice.
Actually, I went into the library today and somebody said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "I'm enjoying this lovely spring day in January." What's funny is today was 60 degrees. Last year, I think it was 30 below zero right about now. So it's funny. That's almost 100 degrees difference from one year to the next.
Yeah. Bounty Badlands says she spent today, you can send me the next one, making soap and skin cream instead of clearing out dead wood, so I wouldn't miss this one. Oh, thanks, Bounty. Brian says, was suspicious the Queen of Christmas candy and all the Christmas treats sounded like going out on top. Yeah. Kimberly says, hello from Australia. Great to catch you guys live today. John Farham has done his For the Last Time shows so many times now. Yeah. Well, and this is, I don't know that we're going to ever go back to regular shows. I'm not going to say never for sure. I'm not going to say that because I do enjoy doing the live shows, but I only have so much energy and the live shows are not bringing in the people that we need to bring in to keep it a sustainable YouTube channel. So
we stopped for a little while last year, but we mainly came back just because we like hanging out with y'all.
Yeah.
Not because it was really doing a lot of business stuff, but just business stuff. I think it's been overwhelming how much work there's been lately.
Yeah. And quite frankly, if I had to make a decision over super easy recipes and living on a dime, I would just flat out dump living on a dime. And that was actually on the table for consideration. It really was. Because I just cannot do it all. But after talking with AI last night and getting out a plan, I'm like, wait, this was kind of what I already had in my mind anyway. I just had a few things reversed that I needed to switch around so that it would work. And I was like, well, wait, that would work. So that's what I'm going to do. How's your knee? Darlene wants to know.
So it is improved, praise God. So it is a torn meniscus for those who hadn't heard. And the doctor didn't immediately say, so let's schedule your surgery date. And he's really kind of a man's man kind of guy. And he doesn't talk a lot, but he's really good at what he does. And I found in the past, I happen to mention hiking. And there are certain topics that if you mention them, then it'll light him on fire. So, sorry. So after he showed me that it was torn, he didn't immediately jump to surgery. And I said, is this not going to require surgery? Because if not, I would be willing to try something different. And I didn't really get as much information from him as I should have. I realized afterwards I didn't ask. Sorry about that. But It is doing better now. But what happened is it wasn't doing very well when I went there. And then when I went back for the MRI, I had crutches. And he said, "What, crutches?" And so then he kind of told me some things I should do. Then I went home, and it quickly went to not being able to walk at all. So I went to the gym and there's a bike. He said I should do the bike to rehab it. But I told him, well, it's been too much. And he just said, turn the resistance all the way down. But even then, the next day I couldn't walk. So I spent about a week on the chair with my feet up with ice on it. And Tara was probably tired of hearing me complain about it. But about Wednesday or Thursday, I said, that's it. I've got to get off these crutches and off the chair. So I said, by Monday, I'm going to be off. So started doing physical therapy exercises from online and taking it easy in between and taking a lot of ibuprofen. And now I'm walking without the crutches. Today I did a little too much, but I'm able to do short to medium distances right now, which is awesome. So
Yep.
It'll be great too, because I'm supposed to go out of town pretty soon for a little while on a trip that's going to require potentially some walking. So I really don't want to miss that. So
Yeah, and it's a trip where he basically can't get medical help if he needs to.
yeah.
Batty girl Rachel, by the way, I think I forgot to tell you, thank you for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you.
Bounty says maybe go live once a month just so we get a dose of get it together people. Yeah, that could be a possibility. Like I said, I am stopping the live shows for right now, but I probably doesn't matter. I am not totally rolling it out. Okay, before I get to the rest of your comments, because Jim has a comment that we have to address. Dining on a Dime cookbooks, volume 1 and volume 2. Also, my gluten-free, dairy-free edition right here. I am cooking out of those, all of those cookbooks on my other channel, Super Easy Recipes, but 25% off on our website right now in the description below.
So
Okay.
you think I could?
Yeah, that's fine. Let me get through the rest of this if we can.
Okay.
Jim says he's so depressed now he needs intensive therapy.
We need to go to Floyd, Virginia and hang out for a couple of days.
So
When we're out there in Mississippi seeing.
So here's what we'll do. We'll do one-on-one therapy sessions. You and I will do one-on-one therapy sessions, and it'll only be $300 an hour. How's that?
Oh, for her friends.
But for Jim.
Oh, Jim gets the discount.
We'll do it for him for $10.
$10.
Does that sound good?
Wow. Or just maybe lunch or something.
Okay, let's see. So on Mike's, let's see. I don't understand this question, but Simple Face says she wants to have that side hustle to sell on Facebook Marketplace while building his home bakery business.
I think she probably had another comment, but I don't know where it is.
From her.
I might not have pasted it in there. I don't remember another comment.
Okay, repaste in, please, what your comment is or question, that I can answer it. Sunny days. You're millionaires, but you can't make yourself go to Hawaii. Your pina coladas await. You both deserve a trip. That's funny. Yeah, Mike, I got pina colada mixes without the booze for Christmas. I've absolutely been loving it. Still got some coconut stuff left.
Yay. Look, there's a fly in January.
I know.
Come on, man.
It's really irritating. I missed him. Okay, so Mike's upcoming trip. Why can he not get possibly medical care for your knee?
So I'm going to be out of the country on a missions trip for a week to Belize. So I really didn't want to miss it. So the knee thing that's been a big consideration on the knee thing. At the time I went to the doctor, I probably could have had a surgery and it might have been better, but we weren't confident. But he said that if I come in 2 weeks before I go, that he can give me a cortisone shot and it'll function okay, but it won't hurt the way it's been hurting. Although I will say that doing what I've been doing, except for today where I really overdid it, it's not been hurting that much. So it's awesome. And we actually looked online and they said for a tear, there was a surgeon that said that it's kind of an overprescribed surgery. And he said for a tear, if you do a lot of PT exercises, that the muscles and everything around it will tend to reconfigure everything in a way that it'll work fine and not hurt the way it had been. So I'm checking to see if that's true. But anyway, yeah, going out of the country to Belize for a mission trip with Jack. So should be fun.
Yep.
But it's going to require some walking, and we have a lot of things we're doing there. So should be great.
Mm-hmm. Michelle says, I have a working pantry, only a few extra things of what I actually use. Yeah. And my pantry's been actually dwindling down a lot because there hasn't been as many things on sale. So what I might do is for one of the videos, I might make a trip to the big city in Billings, which is 2 hours from us, and go do a great big stock up and fill up the back of my 4Runner with stock ups. Aldi is coming to Colorado.
Wow.
So maybe we'll make a trip down to Colorado, go see grandma and fill up from Aldi. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I drove 7 hours to buy groceries. There's the title for that one.
Torrid still has us beat.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We are really, hello, Torrid, our really faithful viewer in Norway. When we went to visit her, she told us how they drive 8 hours each way to Sweden and go buy groceries. They stay in a hotel and they buy groceries and they go back and forth over the border several times over that weekend because you can only bring so much over at a time. And so they would do many trips back and forth, and that would be their groceries for the year. And they would get a trailer. I don't know if they own the trailer or rented a trailer, but they'd get a trailer and fill it up. Sharon says, oh, so my whole point with that is my pantry is getting low, so I need to get restocked again. Sharon says, I'm doing 365 pantry and freezer challenge for 2026. I'm only spending $25 a week for fresh items. There's 2 in my household, plus my dog, who I make dog food for. Very good. Darlene, apologies to you for my selfish thoughts about the end. I still love you both dearly. Yes, frankly, I am just worn out. And it's not the actual doing of the videos. It's the mental load of just trying to figure out what to do for videos. Because I feel like, oh man, this would be a great video. No, I can't do that because nobody would want to watch that. And it's like, no, wait a minute. I think people would like to watch, I don't know, comment and let me know. Would you like to watch day in the life type videos of me? Because I really do live very frugally doing day in the life stuff. You know,
Yep.
Like, what was it? 3 or 4 days ago, the Restore called me and said, hey, Tara, we got a garden shed in. Are you interested in it? Like, heck yeah. Brand new in the box, a return from Amazon. And I got it for a really stinking good deal. Now, I actually bought it for Mom's backyard. I bought it for her backyard. But it looks like it's not going to fit in her backyard. So now I don't know if I'm going to put it up in my yard, which actually, you know what we could do? We could just replace a couple of the metal panels with greenhouse panels, and it could be a greenhouse. Pretty good idea, actually. That's actually a really good idea.
Is it short? Although you're not that tall, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's 6 feet tall, so you can walk in it. So I wouldn't be able to hang stuff really,
So
but
you wouldn't be able to have your boys go in there.
well, maybe not. So I don't know if I'm going to have to resell it now or if I'm going to make it into something else. I don't know. We'll see. So stay tuned and watch what happens this spring with it, because I don't know. Psalm 146 says, happy YouTube versary. Yeah. Can you believe 19 years? Hello, Rob from Little House Off Grid. Your video just popped up today and it's on my to-do list to watch this evening. I can't
Wow, you made
remember.
it to the to-do list.
Well, not the to-do list, but I mean, or my to watch when I'm sitting and relaxing, my to watch list. Let me see, what was it? He always has the funniest titles. Let's see, what was it today that caught my attention that I thought, oh, I need to watch that. What was it?
There was one. What was the one about the chicken?
Oh yeah, after all this time, it had to happen now. He always has the most clickbaity comments, and they're so funny. Or I mean, titles, and it's so fun watching.
They're fun videos, though.
Watching what your things are, because they always go with his video. It's not actually clickbait because it does go with the video. It's pretty funny. Okay, Tammy just subscribed to your Bible channel, and Angie is interested in it. So Michael put
A
the
lot of
link for his
people were
Bible channel
interested.
again in there for you guys. Let's see. Will the older lives be available to watch? Yes, they will be. They will be available. And you know, the Get It Together people, I might do some sort of channel like that, because I think I've already got that. Well, I don't think I've already got that trademarked. And so that might be a really good one. But you know, I get comments and questions like this all the time. Let me see if I can find it here.
By the way, you got tons of yeses for the, what was it, Day in the Life?
You guys would like to watch the Day in the Life ones? All right. Well, that would be good.
Suzanne says, when I started watching you were Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What's funny is we've gone all over the place. I think we were one day, and then at one point we were 3 days, and then we got involved with a network of homesteaders, and then we ended up 6 days, which it was way over. It burned us out fast. But then we went back down to 2 days or something. So it's been kind of all over the place over the years.
Yeah, but I'll get questions like this. She says, I work full-time at a grocery store, so I only make about $16 an hour. My husband drives trucks for about $3,200 a month. Our house is paid off, and we have very little debt. We also spend very little compared to other people. My issue is I have a special needs child to deal with. I have to rush home on my lunch hour to get home from school and take her home and leave her there while I go back to work. She's fine, but she just basically stares at the tablet until I get home. Holidays and times off are difficult because she's there alone, and I know there's nowhere like a camp or family to send her. Because of her social issues, no one can deal with her. So now here's my question. I would love to be a stay-at-home mom, or at least a work-from-home mom, whether the internet or something else, because at least I'd be in the house to deal with life. But my husband doesn't agree with this. He says he wants me to help so we can have extra stuff like eating out and cable. Now, here's where it gets even more complicated. He has a kidney failure and is on dialysis 3 days a week. So he's exhausted and feeling sick all the time despite working. We have a savings that we call our kidney transplant fund so that if he does get one, we can live off that money and pay the bills until he's fully functioning, able to go back to work. With the funds we have, supposed to be enough for 6 months. And she's wondering, what should she do? So,
wait, I didn't hear it. Sorry, say it again. Oh, wait, I have to go back and watch the video.
I am not reading all of that again, you little turd.
You're going to make me go back and watch the replay.
Yes, you're just going to have to go back and watch the replay.
I'm not exempt from this, people.
Like, what do you mean? What did you say? Okay, so now let me go find her comment here. Oh, shoot. How do I find? I have a, oh, here it is. Okay, just a second. I'm finding my response because I think you guys would appreciate my response. So let's see, where'd it go? Oops. Wait. Oh shoot, wait, I lost it. Where'd it go? I just had it here. Oh, good grief. How do I find my reply to this?
Don't copy the brackets. Well, or you can copy the brackets and put it in a text editor and take it off.
So you guys can
Go
just
edit.
Imagine, edit,
find, Search messages.
Search messages.
Okay, select, just say all of them on editor.
Select
Right, on editor.
all of them, everything right
And then
here.
put to contain, it's the ones you sent to her. Change
Yeah.
subject to to.
Two.
We should do a video on how to
I guess
search your computer.
so.
Wait, oh yeah.
Okay,
right,
so
it's up.
now,
So those are your answers. Oh,
what? Where'd it go? Well, it says I replied.
wait, you were just there.
Oh, good grief.
No, wait,
Well-
no, wait, hit this because the find window is still back there. The yellow.
What, this?
Yeah. So these are messages you sent to her.
Oh, okay. So I said, okay, so let me get this straight. Your husband refuses to let you stay home with a special needs child so he can eat out and have cable? Wow. So I told her, I said, there's not really anything I can do. I said, what it boils down to is she is just going to have to say, no, I have a special needs child. I am staying home with this child to help this child. Now, there are a lot of jobs that she can do at home, and she can just research. You know, there's thousands of things you can do now on the internet. But it gets to the point where, you know, he has to stay home because he can't work. Well, then he can stay home with her and you can work. And the kidney problem is not really the same issue as the staying at home problem. Those are kind of two different issues. Now, yeah, they do kind of collide with each other. So that if he's having a kidney failure, yeah, that's a major life thing. And you're going to have to work your life around that. But if it was just the fact that he's wanting you to work so that he can have cable and eat out, I'm sorry, I ain't doing that. If he's still working, even though he has kidney failure, if he's still working and you're only doing it for eating out and cable, so you're sitting there telling your child that eating out and cable is more important than
Wait, you're starting
being
the-
there for you.
Is this the beginning of the new show?
This is the beginning. This is the problem. People don't say out loud the truth. And the truth is, you value cable and eating out more than you value the welfare of your child. So you need to just look that child in the eye and say, you know what? You're not as important as eating out and cable. Because that's what it boils down to. And so anyway, yeah. All right.
She likes the what's his name?
I'm a truth teller.
What's his name on the Ramsey show?
Oh, Dave Ramsey now and then.
No, the guy who people call with stories like that.
Oh, John Deloney?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually,
She looks at it, she says,
well-
wait, no, it's well, sometimes she agrees and sometimes she doesn't agree.
I watch those shows to get content ideas, actually. That's why I watch them all the time. Because I'm like, wait a minute. You got to be kidding me. That is really stupid advice. And so I would do, you know, Tara's truth version of that. All right. Let's see. So yes, all the live shows will be available. If you need to get together fix, you can send me the next one.
Somebody, oh wait, that's the long link to that. Right, the next one. Wait, which one did you just have?
2. Okay.
Okay, here's 3. I'll post the super easy recipes link. Somebody just asked about it. Just a moment whilst I send Tara the.
And then guys, check out our cookbooks, Dining on a Dime cookbooks, 25% off right now. If you need to save money on your grocery bill, this is the way to go. This is the way we became millionaires, guys, right here. We didn't eat out. We cooked at home. Dinner tonight was 15 minutes. I actually filmed it, and it was, let me look here real quick, 15 minutes and 46 seconds.
Wow.
Is how long it took me to make dinner tonight. So that's pretty darn tootin' good if I do say so myself. Okay, let's see. eWeb57310 says, I am a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling mom of 3, so I've thought about trying to sell some stuff on the side to make extra cash. Do it. Yeah, definitely do it. That's a great idea. I do it all the time. the majority of my garage selling money comes from stuff that I sell on Facebook Marketplace, and then I just take that cash and go to garage sales. Now, when we go cashless as a society, we won't be able to do that anymore. But right now, I'm doing it while I can. So, Belinda, we'll miss your shows. You've been an amazing family, have a ministry that reaches throughout the world. Much love and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Belinda's in Australia. Belinda Furley, right?
Yeah. Oh, is she really?
Yep.
Heather, my husband and I love Super Easy Recipe Channel on YouTube. We make lots from it. Love from West Virginia. You're welcome. Katie, would you consider doing Clean With Me videos? Actually, I have one that's already on the timeline that's being edited. So yes, I will. Kimberly, tonight's dinner was leftover heaven. Pulled all the meat off of leftover drumsticks from last night. Used leftover mashed potatoes and veggies along with a few veggies from the freezer. I made chicken gravy. Put the leftover chicken and vegetables, heated up the mashed potatoes. Poured chicken and vegetable over the mashed potatoes, and I took a homemade bread, fried in a pan with butter and garlic, and had homemade garlic bread. Dinner was awesome. Oh my goodness, that sounds delicious. Also, had chicken left for the dog. 2 dinners for 2 nights, less than $10. Thank you. I keep telling people you can still make a dinner for a family of 4 for $5. Nobody believes me. Tonight's dinner was probably $7 for 6 servings. So, I mean, that's really good. Louise, my husband got hurt at work about a month ago. He will be out of work probably 4 more months. Our mortgage is paid in full, and we have a very well-stocked pantry freezer. We have a savings to pay bills so far. Workman's comp should start this week, hopefully. Oh, my. I am so sorry to hear that, Louise. She says we could really use your prayers. Yes, guys. If you guys could pray for Louise, that would be great. Kimberly, yeah, I unsubscribed from all but you, Prepper Princess, and Under the Median as far as being prepared. A lot of channels are still just waiting for the sky to fall or the other shoe to drop. It's exhausting. It is. And while I do not take back anything I've ever said about prepping, you have to be prepared. I live in Wyoming. At any given time, we could have a blizzard that would literally cut us off from the rest of the world. Literally, it could. In 1996, Mike and I moved to Idaho. And 2 weeks after we moved there, they had the biggest flood they ever had. And we were literally cut off from all of civilization with no groceries, no nothing. If we hadn't have lived on an Indian reservation and were able to get commodities from the Indians, we wouldn't have had any food. So I totally, yeah. Kimberly, when I got in my bad car accident in February 2020, I was all of a sudden in the hospital for months. And the entire time, my husband didn't have to go to the grocery store once. He ate from the pantry. Very good. Then when we both retired early for medical issues, the fact that we were debt-free made the transition to fixed income so much easier. I credit Living on a Dime for helping us be prepared. Oh, Kimberly, that is so nice. I might actually, that would be good for me to ask for some viewer testimonials like that, because it's so good to see different, because people will look at us and they say, well, you must be lucky. I wish I had luck like you had. I know I talk about this all the time, but it just chaps my hide, because I remember when that luck was living in a dumpy trailer that had water under it this deep with frogs and roaches. We went and moved in the middle of the night because we arrived from Colorado. We're going to unload everything. There was a 6-foot pile of trash in the front yard. The toilet, sink, and tub were all black, and they were supposed to be white. The oven, when you lifted, I hope nobody's eating dinner. If you're eating dinner, turn it down.
For a second.
The stove, we lifted the hood, and there was this much dead mice, roaches, and everything in there. It was disgusting. Or this time, 27 years ago, we ended up, I was giving birth in the middle of a blizzard in a 10-bed hospital with 8 women all having babies at the same time. They were in the closet, they were in the operating room, they were in the hallway. I thankfully got the labor room. But our daughter had to be flight for life to Spokane in the middle of a blizzard
which
to save her life.
in a car, it would have been 5 hours. No,
4, yeah.
4 hours. But even by air, it was a long distance. And it was in a blizzard in the middle of the night, which was a lot of fun.
And Mike watched a plane. They put her in this little incubator thing.
I went out with the flight crew and the doctors to the plane. Yeah. Oh, only me out in the middle of nowhere.
And he couldn't, there was no runway lights, no nothing. He just sat there watching our newborn daughter, fly off in a blizzard. Well, I was at the hospital. And then everybody was whispering around me because, I was like, is she going to die? Is she going to live? And Flight for Life people were like, well, yeah, she should be okay. But
they had
everybody
better
was
equipment on the plane than
the
hospital had.
Because it was just a teensy tiny hospital. So it's stuff like that. We made, at that time, we were making like $20,000 a year, and we had a $12,000 Flight for Life bill to save our daughter. So it's all those kinds of stuff that we know that we have been through. But when you keep plugging along and keep going and keep trying, you can eventually get to the place where living on a dime, you are rich. That's why you're living on a dime, to be rich, not to wallow in your misery. So anyway, thank you. Chrissy is not going to jump ship while we're doing the turning. Thank you very much. I don't really think it's going to be that hard of a turn. It's basically the same stuff I've done all along. It's just I'm really going to stay focused and not, knock on wood, who knows, everything may go to Hades in a handbasket next week, but I'm really trying to stay focused. So Kimberly says, be sure to let us know what your mystery channel is when it's ready to be known. I will.
Well, we kind of let it sort of languish a little bit when the Super Easy was going crazy at Christmas.
Yeah. So, although I did a poll today on my other channel, Super Easy Recipes, and look at this. Let me show you something. I tell you. Oh, YouTube is bipolar. It drives me absolutely insane. But look at this right here.
Which one?
I polled and I said, I'm working on some new video ideas for the channel. I've been thinking box mixes, canned dough are getting expensive. And then I did a poll. Yes, I want to save money and skip the preservatives. Make it from scratch. I like a mix of both. Or stick to the box mixes and cans, please.
But
73% said, I want to save money and skip the preservatives.
But when you put videos out,
they don't watch it.
I think that I think what's happening, I tell you what's happening here. People are just keyed to respond to certain things like skipping preservatives and eating grass-fed and whatever else. And so if you throw that in as part of the question, it's going to skew the question.
How should I set it?
Do you want to save money cooking from scratch, or were you willing to spend a little more to have it easy with box mixes and cans?
Yeah, but the AI said the cooking from scratch gives people the illusion that it takes a lot of time and is hard, and that's why they like Super Easy.
I think this is one of those cases where I wouldn't necessarily believe the poll, because what the data is telling us is people like easy more than they like healthy. Not to say that it's unhealthy, because like a box cake mix is, like, we know some people that think box cakes mixes are all full of terrible stuff, but all it is the flour and the baking powder and all that together. So all you have to do is add the liquids. So That's not really a bad thing. There are some things are, have a lot of different kinds of processes happening to them beforehand, but cake mixes probably aren't something that I would be too concerned about. But anyway.
All right.
I would just say on that channel, we already seem to know it's the easy.
Very interesting.
And actually, it is funny because living on a dime when it was recipes, it was a hard sell to get people to want to try cooking at home. I think just because people thought it would be all day in the kitchen. Like literally, Tara's 10 minutes in the kitchen making recipes from raw ingredients. So that's what we were trying to teach people. And some people have learned, but it's shocking how hard it is to convince most people that you can save money doing that. So,
Yeah.
but that's why they have $1,000 a month grocery bill. And
Yeah. Amazing Grace says, I think I'm going to have a talk with the AI. It's causing problems.
yeah,
Vanity Badlands, frugal living content is what originally led me to you, not necessarily the recipes. Not saying the recipes aren't good. I just can't use most of them due to soy seed oils a lot of time. Yeah, I totally get that. Linda, you're some of the only sanity I have in my life. The world is nuts anymore. Oh my goodness. I honestly cannot believe I am sitting and seeing people protesting, fighting against the police and immigration who are getting criminals out of the city and states. I just cannot believe people are so against that. It just shows you how people have plumb lost their minds. They literally can't even think straight to know that these people are criminals.
well,
Even if you haven't committed a crime, if you're here in the United States for 10 years and you haven't applied for citizenship, you are a criminal. That's just the way it is. We have lots of friends, and we even have some good friends that we just found out yesterday that their immigration got turned down, and they legitimately are from a country that's got serious problems.
their lives are in danger in that country.
Their actual lives are in danger. And so now they're trying to get into Australia or go to Australia. It's absolutely absurd that genuine, hardworking people that have been here, started business, have spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars and years fighting immigration, then can't because of all these other schmucks that just take advantage of everything. Oh, it makes me so mad. And I'm just sitting in disbelief that people are actually upset, even if it's just the regular immigrants who haven't applied and they haven't done anything criminal. They're protesting people who are actual criminals that are doing all these horrible things to people. They're protesting them leaving the country. What is wrong with your brain?
Well,
You have no brain cells if you think that this is okay.
I think that media and social media is telling people that it's innocent people with kids just minding their own business, but the people they're going after primarily are pretty heavy-duty criminals, not just the average people that are here. I mean,
Any person with half a
everyone's
brain
broken the
cell.
law who came in illegally, but they're not going and pulling all these people out that came here illegally and are living peacefully. It's the people that are not, that they're going. But the thing is, the media is just not telling people.
It's
The
absolutely
media
crazy.
is telling people things to get a lot of controversy.
So, how's my health? It's okay. I could be better. I do feel great that now my plantar fasciitis is basically cured. So that's amazing. I'm so happy about that. So now I'm working on everything else. Native Woman says, I remember living on a dime from the beginning. I was in my 40s. I'm now 69. Holy cow, you've been with us the entire time. That is cool. Oh, wow. So if you're still on here, comment and tell me, where did you first find us? I'm curious. Heidi says she's from Minnesota. Thankfully, live 5.5 hours away from Minneapolis, right next to the Canadian border, away from all the crazy. Most of the greater Minnesota voted Republican. I missed your live shows. Yeah, I know. It's so disgusting that one little place where they just concentrate a whole bunch of illegal people that they are letting vote could totally change the voting that way. That's just absolutely wrong. And yes, you should have an ID and you should be an American citizen, a legal American citizen, if you're going to be voting. James says, world domination is exhausting. Yes, it is. So for those of you who don't know, on my other channel, Super Easy Recipes, I was trying to do world domination on the fudge videos, and I think I nailed it. I've got like 75 fudge varieties.
Were we calling it Christmas Candy World Domination at the time?
No,
Or was it Fudge World
Fudge.
Domination? Oh.
World domination. Paula says, I like your live shows. You can send me them. Oh, yeah, you got it. But also like your other videos, thrift stores, cooking, etc. Thank you. And let me squeeze you. Are you still doing the other channel? Yes, I am. Kathy says, buy the gallon windshield wiper fluid for winter. Pour it in a spray bottle for defroster. I spray it down my windows. Works pretty good. Oh, that's a really good idea. I'll have to remember that one. That's really good. Tanya, we love Tanya. I started watching you guys. I had a car payment, a mortgage, and now totally debt-free. Thanks for all the advice. You are so welcome. That is great. That is great, great, great. Bridget says, you think this is a good time to buy a home? Yes.
Is it?
Just buy it. The thing is, you can wait for the market to go up. You can wait for the market to go down. You can wait for interest to go up. You can wait for interest to go down. Just buy what you can afford now. Then if interest rates go down, okay, fine, refinance. But trying to play the game is really not going to get you anywhere, because what happens is when interest rates go up, prices usually go down enough to compensate for it. When interest rates go down, then prices go up to compensate for it. So I would say just do whatever you want to do.
We did refinance one time, and I did the math on it because I don't think people will recognize when it's a good deal. But what we did is I calculated how much we were paying a month on the current interest rate and how much we'd be paying a month on the potential future interest rate, and figured out what the difference was. And then I looked at the fees.
Got him.
To refinance.
Lift arms. Boom. Die. There.
Are y'all still following the refinance story? I looked at how much the interest was that we were paying at the time and how much the interest would be if we refinanced. And so I figured we'd pay like, I don't know, a couple $100 a month less on the mortgage. And then I looked at what the fees were to refinance, and I figured out it was like 6 or 8 months it was going to take us to pay where we wouldn't be benefiting because of the fees. And then after that time, the fees would have been saved in the amount of money we were paying less on the mortgage. So yeah, you could buy a place and then refinance it later if the rates come down. Honestly, if you're in a place where the real estate prices don't change very much, that's it can be a little. If you buy a place, you may end up selling it in 5 or 10 years for the same price you paid. If you live in a place where the prices are going up, then unless there's a major crash, it would be better to buy before it goes up further. So I don't know. I personally think it's better to buy, even though you can rent. And if you're short term, like you don't know for sure you're going to be staying in the same area for more than a year or two, then I probably wouldn't buy. But if you think, oh, my job's going to make me move and probably in the next year, then I wouldn't buy. But for the most part, if you're expecting to stay where you are, it would be better to buy than to rent ultimately.
Yeah. And guys, renting really isn't a loss of money. Everybody says that, but it's not. You have to pay for home maintenance and taxes and insurance and all this stuff on houses. And yeah, your house will grow in equity, but in the end, it does really kind of all end up being about the same.
Well, if you rent for 20 years instead of buying a house, then you're paying more renting.
Yeah, but by the time you take out all the maintenance and all that kind of stuff and save all that money that you would have to pay for new roofs and all that,
still works out better.
I know, but I don't know that it works out that much better that you need to stress out about it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I wouldn't stress, because the thing is, if you're renting for a very long term, well, of course, if you can't buy, then there's that. But if you're renting for a long time, just because you don't want to buy, then you're opting in some ways to pay more than you would otherwise be, because you pay it all, but you don't have anything at the end. So,
yeah.
But there is more responsibility when you own your own place. But it's also nice because, like, the first thing Tara did when we bought our own place is she painted all the walls because she didn't like the white walls.
Yes. Froze family, thanks for the shout out. Just love you guys and your take on life. You brighten this old lady's day way over here. Oh, I'm so glad. Native women, yes, we're not leaving Wyoming. We are staying here. and putting up with the snow. Boho says, don't know how you've done it all with the fibromyalgia. You're amazing. I don't do it all. That's why I have piles of stuff everywhere that I got to get to. I'm looking at all this stuff right now that I got to get to. But I just keep forging on. Let's see.
Oh, see, Kathy says, I remember Buster.
Yeah. Kimberly says, asked you a while ago how to stop meatballs going rubbery in the pressure cooker. I seared them first. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that would probably work. Let's see. All the news going right now. Are there any issues happening in Wyoming? No, not at the moment. Not at the moment, but there are more Smith and Wessons to help out in Wyoming than there are people. So people in Wyoming know better than to start throwing fits like that ridiculous stuff that's going on back east.
So that question came in when we were talking about the mission trip. So they might meet in Belize.
This here?
Yeah, if there's anything going on down there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think there's anything going on in Belize.
It's a pretty, I mean, as far as international stuff, there's very little that ever happens there. In country, it's a poor country, and so like theft and stuff is fairly common, and there's some other kinds of crimes in the city, but I think in Belize City, but we're not going to mostly be there. We'll be between Belmopan and forgot the country that's next door. Guatemala. Yeah, so we'll be kind of out in the country in that area. So
Linda says
should be not a lot of crazy stuff happening.
Linda says, I love this new emphasis. Can't wait to go see thrifting or garage sales. Make the most of what I have is how I live. Can't wait. Thank you. Kimberly, I found 6 pounds of ground beef at $3.49 a pound. I was lucky. Got it. Ground beef here is $5 to $8 a pound. Yep, it's super expensive. James wants to know, do we accept insurance for his therapy? Sure, why not? And Amazing Grace is praying for you to be safe traveling. Very good.
Thank you.
Or saying very good, sorry, to Donna. She said, lucky enough to get 40 pounds of cut up chickens for $1 a pound. That's great. Yeah, that's a really good deal. You do need a greenhouse. So I do, but after I sat and figured how much it would cost to heat it and all of that, I'm not sure it's worth the expense to build a greenhouse. Now, maybe if I got a sponsor and they got a sponsor doing one, and they gave me the greenhouse for free to put up, I probably would do it then. But I got to thinking, for the amount that I would spend on a greenhouse to heat it, I might as well just spend that amount and just go to Home Depot and just buy the plants. So, yeah.
Although
Anyway.
it would have been pretty cheap to upgrade the greenhouse this winter.
Well, yeah, this winter.
Because it's 60
And
degrees outside.
My son is really good with like solar and generators and stuff on all that kind of alternative power, because he lives in a tiny house, and he's actually gone viral on TikTok for reviewing generators and made a good little amount on that, and or a while back. But that would be one way to do it also. Oh, speaking of the devil,
He's not that devil.
it's a saying. I was just talking about you and generators and solar for the greenhouse. You're my solar expert for the greenhouse. Okay, what's the gluten-free channel? I guess I can share that one. I've shared that one before, so that's no big deal.
But you haven't regenerated anything on it lately, right?
No, but actually I'm posting this week.
Okay.
I'm doing it this week.
Oh, sorry.
I am getting it going because
Does it have a short code?
I don't think so.
Oh.
There's my gluten-free channel. I just
You
posted
should-
it in the
Oh,
thing.
you should have typed it as a gluten-free because people won't know what it is.
Okay. Kathy, I would like to think you have such a loyal following that anything you would talk about on a live show once a week, people would watch, because most of your live topics are very random anyway. They actually aren't. So if you guys notice, like the last 2 years has been nothing but groceries pretty much. And frankly, I'm sick of telling you to look at the ads. So that's why I'm like, I want to do some other stuff and actually show and that kind of thing. The recipe channel, can you post in the recipe channel? Do you have that link?
Yes.
Michael put in the recipe channel there for you, and I don't have any more comments. So let me go look at the comments real quick while
Okay,
Mike's
please.
getting the comments sent to me.
Oh, sorry.
We should write a book together. Yes, we have lots of stories. This time, 27 years ago, I was calling you sobbing after you went home. I'd been in labor for 22 hours. Mike went home to ice his hand, take a nap. I woke him up from his nap sobbing that she had a hole in her lung and had to go Flight for Life. And oh man, they had there under this little, it looked like a cake plate cover.
Like one of those round glass
with
cake
an
plate
oxygen
cups.
tube just in there. We were like, this is what's keeping my daughter alive. Yeah.
Well, the weird thing is that they handed her to me at the moment she was born. And I said, should she be breathing like that? And they said, oh, it's totally fine. They sometimes have a little fluid. And this was like how many hours later?
Like 4 hours later.
4 hours later, they had called Flight for Life and they weren't sure she was going to make it. So that was, wow, a lot of coming close to God days, though.
Yep. So. I have no idea how to say this name. She says, like I said, your last live show that we have no eggs, so we used yogurt on my son. Baked that with his Oreo fudge brownies. Very good. And Gina says about a soap or DIY channel. So I actually have a soap channel that has 20,000 subscribers on it. I'm looking at all of my soap making stuff over here. And I thought about once every month or something, putting something on there. But, you know, I don't know. I like making soap, but I'm focusing on this other stuff first. So I got to get things streamlined.
Well, I was telling her when she was doing all this research this week, I said, okay, the point that you're trying to make is that you need to kind of streamline and simplify. So posting to all the channels isn't going to be simplified.
It is actually, though, because I'm not remaking new recipes for every channel. I'm actually using them in between each other. So that'll work. Creative Frugal You says, you guys are such an inspiration. Glad you're not totally gone away. Have been watching you for about a decade. We feel like a family. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. The sound I should have had.
Oh, is the heater messed up?
Nobody commented on it, but I usually turn it off.
EVRCER says, like your day in the life videos that show things like kitchen remodel, running from wildfires, appliances breaking, vacations, and all your other escapades. Yeah. My goodness, if our life is not a reality show, I don't know what is. Oh my goodness. And Leslie's been watching us for 8 years and we're her favorite. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
And Christy has my volume 1 Dining on a Dime cookbook right here, and she absolutely loves it. Thank you. You can get it 25% off in the description below. Cheap recipes. Dinner tonight was 6 servings for $7 in 15 minutes and 46 seconds.
Wow.
I timed it.
Wow. You're telling all the Ellie stories today.
Gina, no, that's what I said.
Oh.
Gina says physical therapy, ginger, turmeric, and black pepper and cayenne pepper tea for a few days until the pain disappeared. Well, there you go. Huh. Kathy says, I love my entire collection of ebooks so much I bought a printed 3 cookbook set for all my family and friends. Well, thank you. And Kathy says, we are a breath of fresh air. 2 common sense people in this wicked world. Some days I look on the news or whatever, I don't watch the news, but I watch YouTube news stuff. And I think, am I the only person left with a brain cell in this world? I'm just like, you have got to be kidding me. I can't even believe I'm sitting here watching people protest getting men who are illegally here, who have done horrid things to little children off the street, and they're protesting this? Really? What in the world is wrong with you? It's like, my goodness. Oh, anyway. Nancy, Hiren making Tara's Valentine's nougat candy recipe from my Super Easy channel. Yeah, that just went out an hour ago. Thank you so much. Isn't that delicious? Absolutely delicious. I'm taking last year's videos that were in compilations and putting them individually, and then I'm getting ready. I'm going to the grocery store Saturday, and Monday I'm starting to film all the new Valentine's candies. So I'm going to work on that. Jack says, the parent of autistic child and love the cookbook. Thank you. It's helped a lot. God bless you. Thank you. I'm so glad it's been helpful. Lady, poverty a spiritual attack or a mindset issue? Both. I think it can be a spiritual attack, but at the same time, don't just automatically, it's assuming it's a spiritual attack, because I notice a lot of times I'll see people who say it's a spiritual attack, and there are a lot of things you could have done to change your situation. You can stop the eating out. You can stop the new car payments. You can stop the tattoos. You can stop the fingernails. You can stop dyeing the hair. You can stop putting your kid in $20,000 a year of student activities. So there's a lot of things you can do. Is it spiritual attack? Yeah, there are times where it can be spiritual attack. I get that. Like what happened to us in 2024, where we had a huge payout that we had to do for something. I think that was probably a spiritual attack. There wasn't really a whole lot more we could have done in the situation.
Wait, last year?
But, well, in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I said, I think.
Yeah, I just didn't hear you.
So, yes, but I know people who won't, have a paternity test and make the dad pay for their expenses because they're getting, or child support, because they're getting so many food stamps and government welfare and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, it can be both. Karen, easy recipes. There's no way people can't say, oh, I don't know how to make dinner. I got set for my daughter and she loves them because she's all about doing it the easiest way. Thank you. Yep, me too. I'm all for easy. Frugal and blessed. Watching your show and cooking homemade soup right now. I'm single and will eat it until it's all gone. That is a few days of lunch and dinner, and I don't mind eating the same thing every day. Yeah, me either. Kathy, hope you know your channels have helped people. You could more than you could have ever comprehended with your knowledge. Thank you so much. Frozen families don't have blizzards here, but earthquakes. Keep us prepared. Yeah, no kidding. Shadana says, no matter how many times you tell the story, still love hearing it because you had to endure it. Yep, it was really touch and go there for a while with our daughter. We might do that sometime. Definitely writing a book.
Some of those comments I didn't realize I shared on there.
Your channel saved my life, or changed my life. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and you've helped me live frugally. Susan, got an infection in my spine. It made roughly 6 months without buying food. Oh my goodness, that's awful. Hope you're better. Yeah, getting on disability takes forever. It's awful. Then also the other day, I finally came debt-free. The last debt paying off working in public service was forgiven 10 years of service. Very good. You go, girl. That's great. Let's see. You can send me the next one. What I don't understand as an American is you should want your country safe. I know. And here's the thing. If that's the way you feel, why don't you let these people come live in your house? If you're protesting all this, all these homeless people just peeing and pooping everywhere just because they don't feel like having to work, well, let them live in your house. Don't see you letting them live in your house. You lock your doors at night. Okay, then just leave your doors open and let them just come get whatever they want out of your house. If you're protesting those things, that's what you need to be doing. It's absolutely ridiculous. When I was pregnant in 2016, YouTube recommended you guys, and I was hooked. Then later from your videos, I learned about Dr. I don't know who. Didn't get all of it, but yeah. Jeannie came in late. I like to tell people I know who suffer. What are you using for your plantar fasciitis treatment? So I got shock wave therapy. Just go Google it. Shock wave therapy for plantar fasciitis. I have not been able to normally walk, just like walk without pain for more than 30 years. more than 30 years. Actually, yeah, because it started even before we were married. We've been married 31 years. As a matter of fact, the other day I was at the gym and the trainer lady there was like, well, why don't you just walk to the gym? Like, because I can't walk to the gym because my feet hurt. And if I use all my walking steps just exercising, I don't have anything left to do anything else the rest of the day. And let me tell you, it has absolutely cured it. And my insurance covered it because I got a prescription from my doctor. So I went to a physical therapist and they did it. So just look up shockwave treatment for plantar fasciitis. That's it. Suzanne says, remember when I found you, Jack was about 8? Yes, wasn't he cute? He was so cute. And now he's over 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
James says he's going to miss the fly swatting. Thanks, James. I knew you would appreciate that. Well, the dumb thing kept harassing us over here. I'm like, let's take care of this and be done with it.
It's January. It's time for you to die, fly.
Yes, it is. Annette says, have been using Not Just Beans since the old village days. That's been a long time. Oh my goodness. Do you realize that is 29 years since I started, since I've been on there? It was 29 years ago. That's a lot.
The Parents Place group?
Yeah. Over at iVillage. Wow. Thank you. Debbie has all 3 of my cookbooks. Thank you so much. Yeah, the volume 1 is where to start. Volume 2 is just more recipes. And then the green one is my gluten-free, dairy-free. It's easy recipes. Get you in and out of the kitchen quick. Lots of pictures. Lots of quick recipes to get you in and out because I'm tired and I don't feel like cooking most days. Rachel says, my tomatoes didn't produce at all this year. Yeah, mine didn't either. I just gave up and let the deer have them because I was done. She also says, you think buying a meat bundle from a butcher is the way to go buying meat. You just have to calculate the price per pound. So that's what I do is I just calculate the price per pound, see how much it is, and see how it compares. Tanya, this time 27 years ago, I was very pregnant. My son turns 27 in March. Wow. eWeb, the gluten-free channel, the new one you've been talking about, that was getting a lot of traction. Are you not sharing that one yet, Erica? No, Erica, I'm not sharing the new one yet because I'm still, first of all, I want the algorithm to pick it up. I don't want to push. I want all the right audience to go there, which the majority of you will probably run across it because I have a feeling you're the audience. But I want the algorithm to pick it up. But I haven't totally decided yet if I'm going to still do that or just change super easy recipes so that it's more scratch and home cooking, or if I'm going to keep the box mixes and cake mixes and those kinds of things. I haven't made that decision yet. So,
but the gluten-free channel is a channel that has been in existence. Just Tara hasn't posted to it lately. It is not the new channel that Tara's talking about. And we did share a link to the gluten-free one in the comments. I can share it again. And in fact, I'll go put it in the regular description. So if you can't find it in the comments, it'll be in the regular description on the YouTube side.
My editor got sick this week, so if she can't come on Friday, then I will start posting probably Monday on that channel again. So, but you can watch what I have on there already. It's just that I did it, and when I did it, super easy went crazy, so I just didn't have time to do both. Kathy, Tara, you're not the only one that feels that way, that you're the only normal person left. I know. Look at these people. My goodness.
Well, I would say I was in
half a brain cell. Just show me a half a brain cell.
I've mentioned it before that I was a television producer for a lot of years. And one thing I would say from that is I've learned that you should not watch the news.
They lie.
It's never true. Never. And it's designed to get you to watch ads. And so that means that it mostly has to be bad news that's kind of scary and makes you feel uncomfortable about things. And so I
don't watch the news, though. I watch the independent journalists.
Significantly gets people on the wrong track. I tend to not watch anything for news. I would tend to read details from places because the presentation on video or audio is also something that gets people riled up that isn't really helpful.
Yep. Hello, Connie. How are you? One of these days we're going to get over there. Julie.
Well, we were even talking recently about getting
Yep.
away somewhere.
I'm
And
talking about it.
Rapid's not very far.
Nope. Julie, maybe take your viewer
Or not
recipe.
Rapid. Yeah,
Deadwood.
Deadwood.
Julie, maybe take your viewer Fugal recipes and remake but cheaper versions. I would watch that. Yeah, that's a good idea too. What's your kitchen behind you going to become? Nothing for the moment. I don't know what we're going to do with it.
So this is our studio. It's not the actual kitchen. And we'll probably leave it as a studio for now. I might use it as a studio for the other channel. But we're not sure what we're going to do with it. But there's a lot of infrastructure in the studio that we'd like to not have to undo it. So.
Dee Dee, if every YouTube channel was like yours, the world would be a nicer, saner, happier place. Love you guys. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, this isn't any surprising thing because the Bible talks about how in the end times, everybody's going to be basically losing their minds. Lawlessness. It talks about lawlessness. Oh my goodness, you can just see it. It's kind of weird because we have friends who are Iranian immigrants also, and they have families over there. So I was asking if they're okay over there in Iran, and she was like, well, yes, so far, but they were visiting here and had to go home and couldn't get home very easily. And I was like, oh my goodness. I said, this is like just watching the Bible play out before our eyes. It's just absolutely crazy. So Amazing Grace. Tara, my microwave I got last year after the other one was replaced is having problems. I thought of you and your appliances. I know. I think all the appliances are possessed by demons now.
So the last time we had the microwave issue, we went and I asked them I told them the story at Home Depot, and I said, what do we do about this? And they said, if you get the Home Depot card, we already had one. If you put it on the Home Depot card, they give you better treatment and a longer warranty period or something like that. I can't remember what it was. And there was some other thing. And then we ended up also buying the extended warranty because we're like, we don't usually buy extended warranties. But since our record on microwaves was 100% of them were failing before the warranty period would be done, we're like, let's go ahead and buy that. So we did all that. And we've not had a lot of trouble except the other day. Did you nuke something? You nuked it with nothing in it. It's still working. So that seems to have been a good solution.
History Rerun says, I had bought 2 sets of your cookbooks for my daughters for Christmas, and they both loved them. Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you. We really appreciate everybody who purchased. We were actually making up for lost time. Even though we are really well off, all of it's in assets. And so we were trying to get some cash built up to have on hand after everything we've been doing for the last 5 years has been just really knocking us down. So we're like, we're trying to get going. So,
well, and some things like our house, ever since I've known Tara, she's really wanted to have a paid off house.
Yep.
So that's been our big focus.
Yep.
When we're not having to deal with some sort of emergency.
Yeah.
It's been the paid off house.
Gina says it was soap when I discovered you. Oh, cool. And Peggy says, I've learned so much from you guys. Thank you. And Air something or another. I bought Vesta cooker and heater because of you, and I used it a couple weeks ago in a 3-day power outage. Wow. Very good. Everybody press the like button for this last live. Thank you. We appreciate your support. Sharon, Michael put the gluten-free channel in again for you. And Dee Dee says, amen, I've been preaching this forever. Notice these folks who vote for all this are rarely affected by the things they vote for. Yeah, I know.
Or they're affected, but they blame it on something else.
Well, and that's what happened in Colorado. Was in the 1990s, all these Californians moved into Colorado, and Colorado was a very nice conservative state, and it's a toilet now. And now Colorado is only second to California of people moving out because it's literally just a toilet there. It's awful. It is
pretty sad.
absolutely awful. It's so discouraging.
Because it used to be the John Denver kind of Colorado, laid back Colorado, and it's not now.
But all these people from California brought all their liberal voting to Colorado and absolutely ruined it. But they left California where they already destroyed it in the first place. So
I do think also that
it's
the
sad.
whole legalizing marijuana thing really kind of further inflamed that, brought a lot of bad stuff to the state, and a lot of just, I don't know, it's just not doing. Colorado's just not the place it used to be. Sadly.
Kimberly says, slamming the table and yelling, "Get it together, people. I knew I should have ordered one of those aprons when I had the chance." Yes. That's funny.
But just because a number of people are asking on the channels, if you can't find it in the comments when the show is done, you can go to underneath. There's the description. It'll say more, like just right below the title somewhere. If you click that, I put the links for Super Easy Recipes and the gluten-free channel and the Christian ABCs channel. So those three are all there if you did not get them in the comments.
Denise, if you haven't bought these cookbooks, buy them now. They are fabulous. Oh, thanks, Denise. You can always count on you to give me a little boost there. Thank you. Appreciate it. True Joy, there are very few channels that I wish I had a love button, but yours is one of them. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Dee Dee says, do both boxed and from scratch. Actually, that's what the AI told me to do. So that's why I'm trying to decide if I should keep two channels going or just combine them all into one. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Those two scratch ones on, and they just bombed.
I know. They totally bombed.
See, what we're finding, interesting thing about business, and we learned this about 10 years ago in some other ways, is that you can ask people in a poll question, but it's hard to understand what each individual person is thinking. And so sometimes the answers will not reflect like what they actually want. And so what we found in the past is if we ask people, what do you want? Sometimes we have to ask some kind of sideways questions that don't really get directly at the point, because people think they want things that are not the things they actually watch.
Kathy, how did you cook with your mom growing up? I did not. I did not want to learn to cook growing up. So I did not learn to cook growing up. Little Crafty Nook, speaking about independence, did you hear the new regulations for truckers is running the independent truckers out of California? I believe it. California's plumb lost their mind. Linda, how many channels do you have? So we actually have like 10 different channels that we've started. And they've all actually done pretty well. I have one channel, Healing Scriptures and Bible Verses, that only has 5 videos on it. And I was getting ready to do it, and then COVID hit. And on that channel, I have one video that has 200,000 views on it.
That channel has 200,000 views?
One video on that channel has 200,000 views.
That was the one that they wouldn't
monetize. And then I got it monetized, but then Super Easy went crazy. So I wasn't doing it again because Super Easy. So yeah.
Well, YouTube's robot was not understanding what it was and kept saying these aren't real videos.
Yeah. Connie, email me. I think I have your email, but email me. And if we ever get over there, yes, we would love to go out to dinner or something with you. Sally.
Connie lived in Longmont also.
Yeah. Yeah. Sally, Tara, I watch you guys all the time. When you post a video, I hurry up and turn on the video on. Thank you. Love your house. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what the AI said, is that we should really focus on the house and really focus on what it's like having, a really nice house. Kimberly, well, the show has been on for 90 minutes. I'm guessing it's time to say goodbye and see you later. Bye, Kimberly. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
I'm going to really miss your shows, but I never mind listening to your old videos too. Just re-imprints on my mind. Very good. Let's see. Will you provide the link to the Bible reading channel? Did you put your channel in there? Yes, Mike put it in there.
Again, if you don't see it in the comments, be sure and look in the show description, which is right under the title where it says more.
Yep. Connie says, after living in Longmont, Colorado, which is right by the town we used to live in, That was the town I went to groceries for. She said, I'm in total agreement with you about Colorado. Yeah. When my grandma dies, I have absolutely no reason to go back to Colorado ever again. I have no anticipation after grandma goes of ever going back. I don't need to. So anyway, Amazing Grace says I didn't want to learn either when I was younger. Yeah, I didn't want to. It wasn't until I got on my own that I actually wanted to learn how to cook. So
Mike said he would try the tea.
I don't know, the cayenne pepper and the turmeric and all that tea.
That tea. Yes. I did make notes of that and set it aside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Also, it shouldn't be scary, but it feels a bit scary in California. I just focus on my son, family, and friends. Yeah, I don't blame you for being scared living there. And listen, fear is a legitimate feeling. It's okay to be afraid. Yes, we're supposed to depend on God and give our fear to him, but it's okay if you're afraid. The Bible doesn't say don't be afraid. It says don't be afraid and act on it. Don't be afraid and let it control your life. You can be afraid, but then you give it over to God and let him take it from you. And so if the fear is controlling your life, then that's, the biggest problem. But there's nothing wrong with actually just feeling that. But yeah. So anyway, Kimberly, I thought your daughter was still in Colorado. She is not still in Colorado. All of my children live in Wyoming now, which is kind of funny.
But she's not real close to us in Wyoming, although Wyoming is said to be one giant small town with long roads. So she lives on the other side of town.
Yeah. What are my thoughts on Venezuela? So according to what I have read in the past, even before this whole thing with Trump, I think the United States spent billions of dollars helping build oil wells down there. And we were supposed to get some return on that investment on helping them down there, from what I understand. Now, other people took over that didn't want to honor that and treat their people really bad. Now, let me tell you, if you're a Venezuelan down there, you're more than happy that schmuck is gone. Now, I'm being very nice here. There are a lot of Venezuelans who will really tell you the truth of what is going on. And so I have no problem with that happening, but I don't believe in communism either. So anyway. My soap channel. Let's see.
Here, how to make soap on a dime, it's called.
Is that what it was?
Well, I don't think that's what you called it, but that's what YouTube uses as the
that's what we were keeping everything under. We were keeping everything on.
If that's what you
under
called
the Living
it.
on a Dime banner. Michael put my soap channel on there. You can watch all my old videos. I've got 250 videos on there. So, yeah. I guess I've just always been recording. What would I do if I wasn't recording my life? Oh my goodness.
You haven't always, well, you have always been doing, okay, you have been.
Years.
You have been. Never mind. I take it back. Okay, so I'll put that one. I'm sharing that here, and I'll put it in the description as well.
Didi says, yes, the U.S. built the infrastructure in Venezuela. Yeah. So from what I understand, we spent billions of dollars building it down there, helping them grow, giving them jobs to help them with their economy. We should get the return on our investment. I'm sorry, that's just not right.
But I do think the bigger issue at the moment is they are sending drugs into the country that are killing people in America. And I know that sounds like a talking point when President Trump says it, but there's a lot of really bad stuff related to the drugs. And it's more or less, hey, we can make a lot of money and it'll erode their society. So we communists can have an edge up on the United States. So I understand that part. It's a little strange they take him out of the country and then put him on trial, because that sort of doesn't
make sense.
Eliminate the problem necessarily. And so I'm not quite clear what's going on in that part, but we'll see. But I do think that this thing with drugs is something that people have always used as a political football, but I think President Trump is actually trying to solve that problem to some degree. And so even though I don't quite understand all the nuances of that, I think, wow, we talked about a war on drugs in the past, and it is really a major problem for Americans. So I'm just kind of in a let's see what happens mode there. But I do think Venezuela, it's been an amazing, wonderful country. And then it wasn't for, I don't know how long it's been, 20 years now.
Yeah.
And so I do know there's not a lot of crying happening for Maduro.
Yeah. What are our thoughts on Israel? I mean, I don't know. What's the question? I think Israel is God's chosen people. I think Israel has the right to defend themselves against people who are just terrorists. That is all they are. I will tell you that Palestine has never been a country. It's not its own thing, despite what anybody says. It has not been there for thousands and thousands of years. If you go back and look at all of history,
it actually is.
It's ridiculous.
It's a name that a Roman emperor gave to Israel while it was occupied by Rome, in order to shame and embarrass the Israelis, or because he hated them. And so he named the place after their enemies, the Philistines that used to live in the area that's now Gaza. Those people don't exist anymore. They're completely wiped out historically. And so the people that are there now are not those people. And so that's Israel. Essentially, God made a promise to Israel, and that promise is still going to be fulfilled ultimately. Right now, the people that are there have rejected the Messiah, who is actually their Messiah. But the Bible says that they will come to know him, and we shouldn't. I think it doesn't mean you have to agree with everything that Israel does all the time, but I think it would be a mistake to throw them completely under the bus. I think generally we're pretty supportive of Israel, and in the stuff that they've been doing in the last few years since October 7th, I think is pretty strongly justified.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Kimberly, you remember when the heat bumpers melt in the oven and the first thing Jack and Dave did was grab a camera? Yep, you got it. Yeah, Gina watched all my soap videos. Thank you. Crazy Cat Lady says you were meant to make videos. Anyone who yells, get the camera when the stove catches on fire is meant to do it. Yeah. And just so you know, I do assess in that 4 seconds while I'm trying to decide if I should get the camera. If getting the camera means my house is going to burn down, I won't get the camera. But if I know it's contained in the oven and it's just there, then I will get the camera. But yeah, I do assess that when.
Oh wait, are they talking about the camera that went into the soap?
No, yeah. Well, I was talking about something else, but yeah.
Because Cooking with Cat Lovers says, I think the phone even worked after. So I think she's talking about that.
Thanks to him, he took a toothpick and cleaned all the soap out of it for me.
That video is still on the soap channel. I don't know which one it is, but it was, she was live streaming. And what was funny is it continued to live stream while it was in the boiling soap pot.
Yeah.
And I managed to pull it out pretty quick. And you can hear, oh no, oh no, is it dead? So it was like, you hear it going, you hear all this burbling sounds, and you hear it kind of clear up a little when she pulls it out. But yeah, I had to get in there with a lot of toothpicks and clear out all the soap out of everywhere.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was shocked that it still worked. Because one time we were hiking, and
because that was like what, probably 200, 300 degrees, 250, 300 degrees.
It was hot.
It was really hot.
But one time, a couple of years before that, all the kids were hiking with me, and my niece leaned over this one lake that we like to go to, and her phone just dropped out of her pocket in the water, and we pulled it out right away, like real quick. And then we went home, put it in a bag of rice and everything like they say to do, and that phone never came back. It was gone.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked at the one that went into the soap.
Yeah. Kimberly says in Iran, they're going door to door confiscating satellite dishes, Starlinks, so that there will be no updates soon on what's going on there. Hopefully it will be resolved without more loss of life. As a military mom whose son has fought 3 countries in the Middle East, I really don't want him to have to go back again. Rumor is they're actually evacuating military bases in the Middle East right now, so things could be happening soon. We are watching the Bible unfold as the possible war of Ezekiel. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely insane just watching all this stuff happening. You're like, oh my word. Jesus is coming back soon, that's for sure. Cooking with cat liver. It could be cat liver. Cat lover. I'm sorry. Why do I do that? It would be good video to make all of the Lucy moments through the years. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Do you know how many thousands of hours of video we have? That would be crazier.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah. Kathy says she's going to miss us. Oh, thanks. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing the regular Data in the Life videos, starting that up again. And the one I'm working on right now is my daughter bought a, let's see, 10-foot long couch. I think it was 10-foot long couch.
That was hilarious.
And we got it in her little Ford Fiesta. It was little. It's little. So we got a 10-foot couch in her little Ford Fiesta. Sorry, cat lover.
It was one of those kind of fluffy, squishy ones.
Don't give it away. That's why I'm doing the videos by myself. You're giving it away.
Oh, you're telling it in the video?
Yes.
Well,
but you just gave away the whole thing.
I see.
Now it's not a surprise, so I can't do the video
Well,
anymore.
I didn't say what happened.
No.
I just gave a
I
hint.
can't do the video now.
I gave a hint.
So it was pretty funny. We were actually going to take it in our 4Runner down to her house. She lives several hours away from us, and we're going to put it in our 4Runner and make 3 or 4 trips, but nope, we did not. Oh, Water Bucket said AI should be able to go through the videos and make the bloopers. Oh, really? That would be interesting. Huh. Yeah, I bet it would. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with AI. It does a lot of really cool things, but man, when I went to go look on this video editing AI video editing software that was recommended to me, I'm not kidding. 95% of the clips that were on there were just evil and dark and just satanic. I was like, oh my goodness, it was really bad. Amazing Grace, I'll be in therapy for a while if you wonder where I went. Amazing Grace, stop. You're making me feel guilty. But I am not going to be guilted. I am not going to be guilted. Water Bucket says, I'm grateful to have found you and helping me reduce my grocery bill from $500 to $300. That is great. I'm so glad you're still doing good with that. That is so wonderful to hear. And I might do some few things like that too along the way too. All right, guys, please check us out at livingonadime.com. Watch our videos. Give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe.
And again, all those channels are in the description below.